Why Google Search Quality Rankers, formerly known as EAT, E-A-T, is now adding another letter, and how this could impact your content generated by AI. So let's jump in. Google Search Quality Rankers have added another letter. This acronym, formerly known as EAT, E-A-T, guidelines has gotten the additional E tacked onto the front of it for experience. This new experience ranker is being placed on top of these existing criteria for expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. And that's because Google wants to make sure that the publisher of the content actually has some experience with the topic and is not now enough to just know something. You now have to have physically experienced it or delivered that product or service in order to rank on Google. Now, some might be asking the difference between expertise and experience, and we'll dive into that in a little bit. But like we were talking about last week, if using AI-generated content, it'll be difficult to rank within experiential markets and their associated web pages and articles. For example, a chatbot has never visited a country or actually used a new product. This guideline is looking for communication of use cases and experiences lived by the content provider. So, how does this help your search ranking? Well, there are some easy ways that you can start to influence this additional E. Number one is to think about what your website content creator says about your organization. So, think of it this way. If you have an about page, talk about your real world experience and the services you're providing and those solutions that you offer. Another way is number two, to focus on testimonials and reviews. Google's will be looking for independent reviews, references, and articles from credible sources. Like I said last time, factual, credible. We want to make sure that these are reputable sources. Number three would be to develop case studies. Under the new experience guidelines, your case studies will rank better than generic content that just focuses on expertise and knowledge on your industry or topic. And then number four would be to add videos and photos to those products in those product pages, add in demos and solutions as multimedia assets, show that experience, and can have a significant impact on your search ranking. So beyond not having hands and feet and physically being able to use the product or visit a new place, AI can negatively impact your SEO. The biggest concern is factual errors, as we talked about last week. We need that human touch when we create content. We need to be able to solve those problems, and even if it's created by AI, it will rank as long as it's factual, clear, and provides a positive experience for your readers. A great article to look at is the Futurism article, which I shared in the video description about Men's Health AI-generated content. And it had 18 errors, 18, many of which were misleading and so close to the truth that it could be believed. This is why it's always important to review, rewrite, and then fact check. Make sure you get that second set of eyes if needed. Examples of this is a great reason why we've added the guidelines of YMYL, which, if you don't know what YMYL stands for, it is your money or your life. This is how search engines evaluate the risk of content by evaluating how much an asset could impact a reader's health, financial stability, safety, and well-being. If you want to learn more about YMYL, feel free to reach out to me, or I've linked the Google guidelines in the comments. When you take a look at those, I also recommend taking a look at the Google guidelines for spammy content to ensure your AI use does not go against these policies. That, once again, will be in the comments below. Another really cool tool that I would recommend checking out right now is OpenAI's AI classifier, which allows you to plug in text and see if an article is likely to have been generated by AI. When you add the text, it'll tell you if it was very likely, very unlikely, not clear, probable, or likely AI generated. I dare you to plug in some of your articles that you've used AI on and see if you did enough rewrites. I've done it, and I would like to say I scored pretty well. But before we wrap up, let's talk about those other three letters in EEAT, which you'll find a link to a great article in the comments once again. The other E that we need to talk about is expertise. A great way to show expertise is that about page we mentioned before. Additionally, author bios and listing actual content creators rather than generic names can help improve your ranking. The A stands for authoritativeness. One of the best ways to establish this is high quality writing on specific, focused topics and increasing your inbound links and outbound links. By making more inbound links, you show that you are a go-to source, and by increasing your outbound links, you show that you have done your homework and research, which is so important whenever it comes to creating content. The last letter is the T, which stands for trustworthiness. This means you need to be monitoring those online reputations, publishing regular content, doing quality checks, and cleaning up your site's missed pages and misdirections or those redirects.